Hello, gaming fans, as well as my amazing YouTube subscribers, and welcome back to Gold Rush. My name is Daniel Parks, and in this episode, we're going to be trying out some of the new patch fixes that they have come out with, mainly some of the gold collection and stuff like that. They've kind of adjusted. We're going to go ahead and see what that's going to be like. Right now, I went ahead and cleared out all of my moss over there, and I ended up getting about 31 ounces out of that, which is not bad at all. And then I had already emptied out these buckets under here, and so I started over with this last load and gave me 38% each side, which, you know, is about 76 ounces, which is a little bit too much in my opinion. I think that's going to be pushing the envelope a little too much. I know people were complaining that the game was too hard and too difficult to make money, but you know, after this last hot fix, I think that they made it a little bit too easy. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this stuff off because I do not need this as of yet. Go ahead and shut that off. Shut that off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on because that's my water to my stuff. I can go ahead and leave that one on, the splitter on. Go ahead and turn the shaker, conveyor belts, and then the conveyor container. Alright, so we should be good to go. So I've got, just to go ahead and give you guys an overview of what we've got going on here. Up here and down there, I guess, we have all of those completely emptied, all of the moss emptied out, and we had 38% of that bucket. In the back of my dump truck, I have 39% still left in. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Go ahead and just empty it out here. Gonna do an outside view. They definitely adjusted some of this to where you're actually able to do quite a bit more. You don't end up using as much, and you know, you can do a full load, and I'll show you guys what that's like. Whenever you have 100% in your dump truck, it uses more than 100% in the thing. So I'm glitching out. Oh jeez, little things in this game. Anyway, so we're at 30. We were at 38% down here. So we've got 63, 64, 65, and that's out of that one load that I did. And so that's why I think they fixed some stuff and then they broke other stuff. So it looks like it's empty now. I believe it is. Yeah, it's empty now. So right now we got 65. We went from 38 to 65% in my buckets, and from 0 to 9 and 10% from there, which is a lot. It really is a lot coming out of there, which, you know, normally I wouldn't complain about stuff like that, but it's a little too easy. I mean, if you think about it and how much you're going to end up gaining out of that, that's a lot. Now, it could be just where I'm at. You know, I could be in a very good area. I'll go ahead and turn on all my lights. I've got lights everywhere in this piece, man. All right, let's go ahead and shut off. I'm going to go ahead and shut off everything and just turn my lights on because that's what I'm going to be dealing with now. So I don't need any of that stuff on. So I just turn on my work lights. I don't want to waste gas. I don't want to do it. I ain't going to do it. All right, so I'm at 64%. I'm going to go ahead and fill this bad boy up while I'm sitting here thinking about it. And I probably need to order some more fuel. I mean, I'm just making bank right now. I've got 36 ounces that I have, you know, dug up with between myself and all of the people who work for me. And then, you know, just making a lot of money. You know, I'm actually, you know, glad about that. You know, it was really hard to make money, especially at the beginning where you would slave away for hours and you wouldn't get anything out of it. But, you know, and I haven't made any of this money here recently since the patch update, so I don't really know what to think about it. I'm happy about it because it's a little bit easier, but then again, I'm also kind of sad because it's a lot. It's kind of a little too easy to make money. Let's go ahead and fire it up. I got to remember all my buttons here. There's the brake. I can't seem to get my D-pad controls on my steering wheel to work with this game. So I don't really know what to do with that. That's really sad and disappointing because I want to be able to look left and right. That is the main reason I stopped using the wheel and stuff for this, because I want to be able to look left and right without having to do a lot of stuff. So I end up having to map them to my paddles here on the sides. Now, some of you guys might not, see what I'm doing here. I decided to do this thing here recently where I'm going to be recording the same video, but I'm recording the webcam on one video track and then the game on a different video track. So you will see the video, and you'll either see the video with it or without it, and it's kind of because some people absolutely hate. I'm like, we're close. Why am I stuck on something here? Some people absolutely hate the webcams, and I like them. I love doing them, but I wanted to make sure that even people who hate the webcams still get an opportunity to see my content. Just because they hate it, then I'll make sure that they have both options available. And that's going to be with all of the videos I do with wheel cams. It's going to be like LSPDFR is going to have that, and everything else is going to have that as well. So anyways, so like I was saying, here is my pit. So I've got my pit down here that I do all my digging in, and then over here you guys will see I'm going to be digging down here. Go ahead and curl my bucket down a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's a good scoop. And then I can back out, do a turn here, and then go forward from here. Now, since that update, the one that I posted about with the, with the increase in power, or they, made it to where you don't get stuck on stuff so much. That was my favorite by far. It really has been, because, even before, when I would be using, the steering wheel and pedals and stuff, it was very difficult to play because you would constantly get stuck. So I am very glad they fixed that. Best update ever, in my opinion. And I'm sure I made that known in the video. All right, so I've got 42%. I get about 21% per bucket load. I don't know what you guys get. If you guys get something different, make sure to go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. But that's what I've been getting here recently. And I like that. 21% is kind of a good little number. It always leaves just a little bit extra in the bucket, so I can always start with, just emptying out the little bit that I had in there. Go ahead and dig in there. There you go. Now, one thing I have noticed is the fact that, you have that kind of the browner dirt. The dirt that looks that wet look to it, that is where most of your gold is going to come from. And if you were, let's say if you're working at the very bottom of the ground, I guess, like the very, very bottom where you can't dig any deeper. If you're down there, then you will actually be wasting a lot of it, which is why I'm kind of going down a layer by layer. I have it to where I'm barely going down below the that particular area, to where I can still fill up without having to worry about all of my other stuff going on, like losing all of that extra, because I will start to dig down a little deeper once it starts to get below it. But once I scoop up, fully get a full scoop up, then I want it to be where I'm not wasting it. So you can see over here on my left-hand side, the browner dirt is a little bit higher than I would like it to be. However, down here where I'm digging the most, once I scoop all the way up to the top, I'll have a full load in my bucket, and I end up picking up everything that I need to from there without wasting it. Because if you scoop up... Oh, I'm stuck on something. I'm not sure what. There we go. If you scoop up, then you will end up wasting all of that. If you are too far down, and let's say this wet type of dirt goes all the way up to the top layer of the earth, then you'll be wasting all of that extra stuff because it does not fill up your bucket anymore. Oh boy. It gets more power if you keep the wheel straight. Come on, baby. There we go. Much better. Much better. There we go. And you guys let me know if you guys like the first person view or if you prefer a different view. That's up to you guys. I'm here to work with you guys. So it's up to y'all. I can do things a lot faster with the controller than I can with the steering wheel. There's a lot of turning back and forth with the... Uh-oh, I think I'm gonna... There we go. Let's put that right there. We go. Much better. I can just move around a lot faster, not doing it with the wheel and pedal. But it adds more realism, in my opinion, so that's why I'm using it. That's why I'm doing it. I'm still also trying to figure out where I should move my dump truck to now. I feel like I'm traveling a little bit too far now that I'm getting down in here. It wasn't a big deal when I was starting and digging down through this area. It wasn't a big deal, but now that I'm, kind of down here a little bit of ways and digging down each day, getting a little further down, then it's something I really need to start considering. There you go. It's a good scoop. Good scoop. Sure gets dirty in here, man. The field of view as well. Being able to use a 90 field of view actually does help without having to use my my turning left and right. That does help a lot. So I'm glad they added that in there as well. All right, let's see what we got here. Here we go. Much better. Can't really see how much is in there. I think that's 100%. Okay. Well, I think I'm empty anyway. So I probably wasted a percent or two. No big deal. Something I can deal with. Let's see. Do I have anything in the like? Oh, I still have a little bit, so I guess I didn't waste. My berm. I did mess up my berm on accident as well. That made me sad. Made me sad. This thing's a little bit harder to drive than the loader, which is weird because they articulate in the middle, so that's surprising. That is surprising, but okay. To break my neck. Hold on. Oh, I can't see crap out of there anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Use my eagle view like Assassin's Creed. Alright, so this thing is completely empty. I'm gonna go ahead and start dumping it, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So I have 100% in my dump truck. However, down here, we're at 70, and I still have 60% left. So it's more than a dump truck full. Try not to waste it, because you waste it if you keep pouring afterwards. All right, so I've got 100% in there, and 46% left still in my dump truck, which means I have 146% of a load whenever I fill the dump truck up for the first time. So let's go ahead and turn all this on. Then run over here and turn my water on. I can't. I think I turned this off. Yeah, I did. All right, so I don't need those two on. Well, I think I might need this one on. I think that one's just to the wave table, but I don't know. Might as well go ahead and turn it on just to be sure. Just to be sure. All right, so I've got 74, 75% down there. I think I'm going to go ahead and... I wonder if it wasted. Like, if I take one of those buckets out, I wonder if it wastes everything else or if it goes into the other bucket. I don't know. I don't want to find out, though. I might test it. I might test it here in a minute. 93, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut those off. Go ahead and hit the shut off power. The stop all. Go ahead and turn this little bad boy on here. That'll give me water to my... Uh-oh, stuck. That'll give me water to my wavetable. Oh, I've got to turn the splitter back on. I hit the button and forgot to turn the splitter back on. Ugh, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and pull these out of here. I think the water running should be fine. I'm not getting anything extra out of that, so. Oh, come on. All right, go ahead and dump that in there. So I started at 38. 39. Huh. I'm not really getting a lot out of that. Huh. 40. So I've got about 2 ounces so far, working on 3, roughly. All right, so 4 ounces. That's not too bad. I mean, you're looking at a load. So here's my daily summary. 16.972 ounces gathered by workers, and then 1792 salary, and processed 97.872 soil, and then earned 43.182 ounces of gold. All right, let's go ahead and try this one. All right, so 41. So I still have 22 roughly in the moss. So, you know, that's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So that's interesting. I'm not getting as much gold out of this one, so I'm okay with that. 43, because again, earlier I was getting a ton, and I think it might be just the fact that had so much stuff going on. So let's go ahead and... Now that I'm making so much money, I could probably just leave all this stuff on without having to worry about fuel and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, because it gets kind of a pain to shut everything off over and over and over and over and over again. All right, so this should fill it up. Of course, 43% is going to give this quite a bit. I mean, it's already dumping it, so I end up with 60 at the end. So it's probably going to almost fill it up twice. So I can go ahead and move this bad boy down here. Oh, that's a terrible view. Terrible, terrible, terrible view. That's much better. Oh. And I am very disappointed. I was hoping I'd be able to get 2 generators in one location, and you can't. You can only get the 1 generator, and that's it. That's very, 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 very disappointing. I wanted to get 2 generators instead of just 1, because you just don't have enough of the big power ones. You know, they're all filled up. You can get 1 splitter, and you know, all of these other, you know, things are all connected to something else. So, well, why is it so dark right here? Did it shut off my... I guess it did. I need to turn those suckers back on. I can't even see where I'm backing up right here. I am going to shut my equipment off, because these things are kind of a pain to go fill up from time to time. It is, it is. But let's go ahead and run over here. Why are all my... Oh, yeah, because those are all individual. So I connected all the ones that are out there to this generator here. go. There we go. There we go. All right, so there's all my lights are back on. Let's check and see how I am over here. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. That's not too bad at all. That's really close. So I'll go ahead and jump back in here. Oh, it's raining. Nice. You know, they actually have winter and stuff in here that I have not hit yet. I'm on day 55 of my Gold Rush journey. And, you know, I'm looking forward to the day when I actually get to see some snow, because you can't dig in snow, apparently. So that's going to be one of those things. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if that's something you've got to try to get as much as you can before it happens or what. But I don't know how long the snow lasts or anything. Or, you know, you might be able to dig through it. I don't know. They say you're not supposed to be able to, but I mean, it is Gold Rush after all. You know, just throwing it out there. All right, so let's go ahead and put my bucket down a little bit. All right, that's a good sized bucket. All right, so I've got 44 ounces right now, and I am at $191,000. I do have all 3 parcels purchased, and have a lot of equipment. I have 2 full things of equipment going right now. I've got, I think Arnold Place has everything set up over there. Maybe. Either that one or Pine Valley. Unless this one's Pine Valley. I just get them all confused. I don't know. One of those. All full. With all of the Tier 3 equipment. And then the other one doesn't have anything on it. I own it, but I have not put anything on it. I don't have any equipment, which is the next thing I'm going to be doing. And then hiring people to work that equipment. So that's going to be what my next chore is going to be. Man, I decided to do this episode at night because I don't get to do that very often. And I know for some of you guys, let me know on mobile if you guys have trouble seeing the game. Because if you do, you know, I can adjust the brightness or something on the screen. I tried to make it to where all of the lights and stuff, you know, brighten it up quite a bit. And I've got about 15 other lights up there that I purchased that I'm probably going to be hooking up if I can find some power to be able to do so. Might just have to hook them all to a bunch of generators. But I wish you could get like a bigger tank for just the generators, and then you just have like little cords that connect them all. That's what I would do if I actually. I could not imagine. I can't imagine having to go from one generator to the next and filling those things up, man. That is such a pain. All right, 43%. So I'm still getting my. I guess I got a little more that time or the time before, because it's 21%, which I guess that time I got 22%, maybe. I don't know. I just work here. Whoa! The force feedback is strong with this game. It is. To break my wrist half the time. All right. Oh, yeah. That's a good scoop. Another good scoop. Come on. There we go. Much better. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Much better. But, yeah, ever since that upgrade, or that update, I should say. I mean, it's kind of an upgrade, but the updates where you can actually go over those little mounds and stuff is so incredible. It makes the game so much better for me. There were so many times I was so angry, and I tried not to let it show in, you know, the videos I make, because I love the game so much, and there is enough bad press out there to satisfy what needs to be satisfied. I love the game. I find it so much fun. It's unbelievable. So, you know, I enjoy it, and I want other people to enjoy it as well. It does have its quirks, as I mentioned in probably every video, but you know, it's definitely a good game to begin with. So, man, trying to get used to the controls. There we go. I'm digging down a little bit too deep there. But I've got to figure out where to move my dump truck. It's got to be somewhere a little bit closer, so I'm not spending all my time running in and out. But, you know, I don't want it down in here with me. That is the one thing I do not want. I've got to be able to travel a little bit of a distance to dump it in there. I just don't want it so close that I end up having to work around it. And being right here, I'm not doing anything in this area. So this part makes sense to do it here. But, you know, I just don't want to be doing that. Especially when I get over there a little bit further. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do for that. So, come on. There you go. Have to get the speed before I turn. Jeez. Force feedback actually hurts my shoulder after a little while. The constant back and forth and moving it around. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. Oh boy. Just dove right into there, didn't I? There we go. There we go. And, you know, you guys need to let me know, you know, I keep bouncing around from topic to topic, but I just kind of think of them. You guys need to let me know if you guys like the wheel cam and the those two separate, you know, because, again, some people want to see more of the screen. They don't want to see, you know, a little webcam up in the right corner, you know, kind of interferes with the game, just watching the game. But then again, some people like to watch stuff, you know, happening on my end and things like that. So you guys make sure to let me know. 99%, really? Whatever. I'm not gonna go fill up another one just to get that extra 1%. Let me just throw a rock in there. I wonder if I can oh boy. No. Try one more. Oh. Jeez. Never mind. I'm not going to sit here and just scoop that up all day. That's hilarious, though. Alright, let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up. I need to change my key command to be able to change the view. This thing gets so dirty. Maybe, at some point they'll add like a wash, like a, something like a power washer. That would be cool, I think. I do think that would be cool. Just to clean up all the dirt, make your equipment look a little better. Make your equipment look a little bit better. There we go. It's much better. It's a much better angle. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the heck that is. Come on. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and try to come down here a little bit further. There we go. Maybe it's that hill's too steep to turn. Up. Oh, come on. Don't slide down on me. There we go. Alright, so we're sitting at 83, 87. 90. With it all going, it's going to go a little bit differently. I think we're still sitting. If I sit at this little level right here, I'll be able to dump it all out as just a steady stream. All right, so it gave me, I'll show you guys here in just a minute. It actually gave me 100% in my little things down here. I can leave those on because there's no water running through. So those don't really matter. As long as I shut the water off, I should be golden. So I got my wavetable going. But it gave me 100% in these buckets here, which give me about 4 ounces each. Okay, so I'm going to say I've got 46 ounces. That's roughly the correct thing. Which isn't too bad. You know, 8 ounces isn't too terrible. Let's see. Now I've got 2 ounces. And it's got, you know, roughly 56 and occasional 57% there. Okay, so that actually wasn't too much. I didn't get too much out of that, which is all right. Again, you know, a couple of ounces every load or so is actually really good. That's how I would imagine it would be in an area like this. You know, even if it's only 3 or 4 ounces a truckload, you can't really ask for more than that. And you shouldn't ask for more than that because you're just greedy. But, you know, those moss right there, I've got 57. It's going to take about 4 trips back and forth as opposed to how it used to be. I think I only got about 4 ounces out of all of that. I think I started with 46, so I only got about 4 ounces out of all of that, which is, again, not too bad. 4 ounces here. I'll make another load and get another 4 ounces. And 4 ounces is not bad at all, especially for how much I could turn around and sell it for. So I'm not going to complain at all. I think they finally adjusted it to somewhere in the right region. I'm sure they're going to adjust it a little bit more from time to time, but you know, right now I think that's actually a really good, number to be at. But other than that, guys, that is going to do it for me in this episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a huge like button down below. You guys know where that is at. And if you guys are new here, make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Other than that, again, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.